So here are the answers, just in case you were wondering. What causes wind? Differences in air pressure. Just like this. High pressure over here, low pressure over here. You should have a wind going from high to low. I don't know. I'll have to look at it. But everywhere in between there, the air should go all the way from here to here, really. Next class. Yeah. What causes pressure around us? It's the weight of the air above us. So if you think about water, it's really easy. You imagine going to the bottom of a pool, and everybody knows who has done that there's a lot of pressure down there. And it's easy to think of it because there's all this water that you can pick it up, and it's heavy, and it's sitting on top of you, and you can see it. But with air, it's just not as obvious, but because it's not as heavy. But we have miles and miles of air above our heads, and it adds up. So it's the weight of all this air. If you go to the moon, there's no air pressure. Why not? There's no air. And there's definitely not any air above you. And if you were tall enough that you could somehow stick your head out, let me give you a long neck, above the top of the atmosphere, there wouldn't be any pressure there either, because there wouldn't be any air above you anymore. So air pressure is stronger at low altitudes. Like the lower you go, the more stuff you have on top of you. And the reason is because the lower you go, there's more air above you. So this is just one way to say it. The eardrum thing is complicated. You have to put together a couple of things so far. So if you go to a higher elevation, like in the water, if you go higher up, what does that do to the pressure around you? Does it get stronger or weaker? Weaker. So the pressure outside your head is going to get weaker. So it's going to look like this. The pressure outside your head is weak, and the pressure inside your head is strong, and your eardrum gets stretched out. Everybody who's got a Chromebook open, close Chromebooks. Leah, prosper all the way. Don't. I shouldn't have to.
All the way.
Is it? No, I want to hear it snap. Okay. What?
When you go down, there's more pressure stacked on top of you, like more.
Right. So if you went down underwater, your ear. I'll just draw a different ear. Here's your. If you go down underwater, this is the pressure in your head, but outside it's really strong, so it stretches the other way.
What's the difference of that and plane?
This way and that way?
Yeah.
This is what happens when you go up. This is what happens when you go down.
The question was when it goes down. Higher.
It says, oh!
I read the bottom of it.
Oh no! I meant to, I changed this, and oh, I did a bad job. I changed one word, but I didn't change everything else.
Yeah, I wrote it like.
Grr. Okay, so when I grade this, I'll try to figure out if you, like, based on what you said, if you got tripped up by
I
that.
went one way and then
I went the back.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, this should say when we rise to higher elevations, and then down here it should say, oh man, travels to a higher elevation, and then it should say higher. Oh, that was really bad of me. I didn't do a good job at all. Yeah, no. Unintentional. But anyway, if I end up taking off points, and that's why, you get your points back. Just check me. Number 9, I didn't screw this one up. 15 psi. The choice used to be over here, I think, but I just mixed these around. This picture should look like this. So it says, add to the drawing on the right to show why a suction cup 60. And then we did a practice quiz.
I kind of explained exactly what happened.
Somewhere, yeah. Anyway, if you explain it, maybe. But so there's the whole point of a suction cup is to get rid of the air between the suction cup and the thing it's sticking to. If there were air under there, then there'd be arrows going the other way and nothing would stick. So that's what I drew for my picture. And then over here, my words are, the pressure is only pushing the suction cup toward the glass. You could say that. I also said, because there's no air between it and the glass, there are a few different ways you could get points for describing that. If what you say makes sense and gives me insight into why that's sticking to the glass, I'll give you credit. This part, I think, is all fine. I just changed the direction on the practice quiz. So cold air is heavy, and warm air is light, and heavy air is going to create high pressure, and light air is going to create low pressure, and wind blows from high to low, and warm air rises and cold air sinks, and the only other arrow you have to fill in is that one, and that just completes the cycle. So worst case, I may end up just throwing out number 6 through 8, or giving everybody credit for 6 through 8. I think that might be the smart thing to do. No? No, I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. But I might do that. That would just be